Are we live? Hello and welcome everyone to a YouTube live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I see Bengal Ashes saying, me, pay attention to me. We see you, Miss Ashes, I see you. Can I get a little scratchy poo? That's your bum. Hope everybody's doing well today. Happy to be tuning in with some of our miniature wildcat rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. You know, at the Wildcat Sanctuary, we are not just home to the lions and tigers, we're home to hybrid cats, just like Miss Ashes here, for one reason or another, have been surrendered to the Wildcat Sanctuary, and typically for their the hybridization of these cats. Hey, look at that, getting some people joining us here. Tanya Toners, join us. We're hoping to get these comments up here. Let's do all messages. There we go. Hey, Tanya Toner, Tracy F. Hope all is well. Hey, Janet Davis saying, I found the YouTube. Hi, everyone. Kathy Ryan, found it. Oh, up Ashes goes. There we go. Quilty Crocheters here. Hey, Quilty. And I see 13 people are watching. I would love, and only 2 people have liked the post. I'd love to see some more likes, Ashes. I know a little bit different than Facebook. That's one thing that drives the algorithm, is the liking of the videos. Hey, Jennifer T. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, Miss Ashes. We're kicking things off with Ashes here, but we're gonna go and see pretty much everybody here in Hybrid Haven within reason. Pretty lady, yeah. Carrie Miller saying YouTube is working well. It is. It is. I did a little live post test last week, Ashes, on YouTube, and it was giving me much better results than Facebook. I was dropping very little. You were actually able to see see what I was looking at while I was talking about it. It was all that we're looking for. So onward and forward with YouTube. Tanya Toner saying, you got my like. Thank you, Tana. And Hinyata, we got to get you, I recognize the profile picture, but we got to get you a name. That's what's kind of fun, other than Facebook, is going live on Instagram and YouTube. It seems like everybody's kind of got handles, and so I get to call people by their handles. I see Rachel the Savannah enjoying herself. And I am using the stabilizer, so I am able to kind of zoom in within reason. Rachel, keeping an eye out, kind of the emotional support pillar of Mr. Axel and DJ, who she lives with. And really cool to see Rachel step into that role, because when Rachel arrived, she was a part of that friends group, and we remember Rachel, Monica, and Phoebe as all pretty uncertain about their new surroundings here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. So to see, or to know, excuse me, I'm kind of looking for Axel or DJ, but to know that Miss Rachel has kind of turned the corner and she's the leader, she's the confident one. That's pretty awesome. Keith, Mr. Riku, are you behaving over there? Mr. Riku, I got some treats here. Yeah, everybody wants treats. Yeah, was he being a bully? I'll have to let caretakers know about that. Hey everyone, hope all is going well here on this YouTube live post. See if I can straighten out my gimbal here. Catch up on some comments here. Jenny, I didn't even recognize you. I was calling you Jennifer. You needing to update your name on here. It's Jenny Wire. Well, of course, I know Jenny. I didn't know Jennifer. Mr. Riku. We're doing a YouTube live post, checking in with some of our hybrid rescued residents. Here's Bestie, Miss Xena, Riku. There we go. Xena on our right, Riku, kind of the all black cat. He may look all black, but he's got a beautiful kind of rosette pattern. And these 3, including Miss Dahlia, hanging back near the entrance to her bungalow, these 3 were surrendered to the Wildcat Sanctuary when a family member had taken them in after another family member bought these Bengals with the intention on breeding them. And that one family member with the intention on breeding them fell ill and was hospitalized and was no longer able to care for these cats. Are we gonna behave, Missy? I guess I called you guys over here for treats and I didn't even give you any treats. Fortunately, the family member who had taken in these cats knew what hybrid cats were, knew that they can be problematic house pets, and didn't want any of these cats to be in need of a home after if they were to breed them. So, fortunately, she reached out to us here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. There you go, cuties. And we were able to provide them a forever home and obviously neuter and spay them so these guys wouldn't be bred and there would be more hybrid cats that would be potentially displaced. Because you guys are cat people, you guys are animal people, you know how many dogs and how many domestic cats are in need of shelter and in need of a forever home. And adding a whole nother layer of complication with these hybrid cats and what goes into caring for a hybrid cat. That's, again, just more displaced animals, which nobody wants. Yeah. So definitely, it's not hard to see. I mean, 1, 2, 3, all 3 of these cats have beautiful coats. It's no wonder that they can knock someone on their butt with just their sheer beauty. The Fab Four, says Amanda Shell. I like that. I like that. Let's see who else is here. And definitely give me some feedback in terms of connection as well. If things have been running smoothly, if it's been a little, it might be a little pixelated, but fortunately we're actually able to hear the words and sentences without them being broken up by those pauses. So definitely give me some feedback if it's needed. Otherwise, we're gonna keep this party going. Picture isn't super clear, but no hiccups in the connection yet. Well, that's good to know, Henyatta. Thank you for telling me. There's Mr. Ledger staking out one of his favorite locations, his little den box. He has a this other little kind of manger den that's a very much a favorite of his. A little out of focus, says Kathy R. Well, that's good to know. Good to know. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be getting the quality like we experience on Facebook, but we are going to experience a higher quality connection-wise, but maybe the resolution isn't going to be as high. Lady usually likes this little kind of manger here, but I'm not seeing that pretty lady. And Merlin was kicking around earlier. I got to see him when I was out taking photos. I saw Tanya was asking about Merlin. I was hoping he would be out. Merlin's usually quick to come and greet the paparazzi or whoever when we're walking around Hybrid Haven here. A little blurry, a little fuzzy, saying some of the folks. That's good. Good. I'm okay with blurry. I'm okay with blurry, believe it or not. I'm glad that we can at least hear what I'm having to say. I can see Miss Lupita taking advantage of her habitat here, cruising around. It's not uncommon to see Lupita kind of hanging out in that back side of her habitat. That's where she has a shared wall with Leo and Eddie. Eddie the Bengal and Leo the Savannah. And Lupita, such a sophisticated lady, and her rescue story is her being surrendered for being a hybrid cat and doing those things that a hybrid cats do, those territory urination and just poor litter box habits. But to get Lupita to the Wildcat Sanctuary, it took plane, trains, and automobile. Lupita was flown by one of our donors on a single engine plane that they have, and then she was driven the rest of the way here to the sanctuary. And always just stands out as what we're willing to do to get to a cat to their forever home, and also stands what you guys empower us to do for our rescues. A little quiet here in Hybrid Haven, truthfully. I'll tell you what, we've done it before, and I'll have to do it again now that I know YouTube is giving us some solid connection over here. If we were to come here in the morning before these cats have been fed, I'll tell you what, Miss Dreamers, it's a totally different ball game. Yeah. Here's Dream the Bengal. And I can see Kisa, or at least we can see the silhouette of those ears behind Miss Dream. Yeah, that was a weird position you had yourself turned in. She says, well, I had to see what this big bad man was doing behind me. I had to see what this big bad man was doing here. You can see Dream getting her name from that orange dream coat of hers, very reminiscent of a dreamsicle. Sometimes this gimbal can kind of float around on me. Dream is best associated with Miss Kisa, who we can see a little bit of her foot there and a little bit of her tail. But it's been really special to see that Dream and Kisa as a duo, and Janet Davis talking about Banzai, have accepted Banzai as a kind of a member of their companionship. It's not, it hasn't been uncommon for me to come across that den where I typically see Dream and Kisa. Well, now it's Dream, Kisa, and Banzai. And he was there this morning. I see Janet Davis was shouting out your sponsor kitty, Banzai. So let me just do a little loop here. And we'll see if he shows up. Otherwise, I bet he's inside and we can maybe still drop in and say hi to Mr. Banzai. And especially I have some treats with me. That's always a good way of helping Mr. Felix here, who can be a little bit more shy around humans. Yeah, I can only imagine Banzai's taking a big nap inside his bungalow. So we'll go in. I'll give some treats to Mr. Felix. I'll give some treats to Kisa and Dream over there. And that's not oh yeah, that's Kisa. The F1s, even though Banzai's got a different face than Kisa, they still very much have a different color coat. They still very much have a similar face. Alrighty. And just like our big cat habitats, we have double doors for the hybrid haven areas as well. It's going to just provide a extra space where we're ensuring no cats getting out. And then obviously too, another protocol we have in hybrid haven is always opening the doors inwards, just in case there's some hungry cats here wanting to zip into the door there. Dream is at attention, Mr. Felix. I'm going to shake the treat so you can hear it. Look at that. We're at 22 people now on this YouTube live post. Dream heard the treat bag. Yes, you did. Yeah, I'll put him right here because I know you're a shy but precious little girl. And same for Kisa. There we go. And we'll be able to give some to Mr. Felix and we'll check in on Banzai. Sandy R saying hello from Missouri. Glad to have you, Sandy. Hey, Comfy Cattails Pet Sitting. Thanks for joining us today. Felix has come a very long way, says Tracy. You are right about that. And as I always like doing on these posts is shouting out our caretaking crew. Look at Kisa. She says, that's what I think about those treats. Always shouting out our caretaking crew and the evolutions that they can take some of our rescues through. And ultimately, it's always going to be up to a cat like Felix, but it's amazing when caretakers identify ways that they can help a cat like Felix, who is a little bit more shy and a little bit more calm. Me being able to do this about a year and a half ago, walking into the bungalow with Felix basically still staying in kind of a napping state, that'd be pretty unheard of. So this is very special, and Felix stands out as one of the many, many testaments that our caretakers are able to accomplish for our rescues here. Hey, Mr. Felix, I'm gonna throw some right in the grass. He says, I can't find those. How am I supposed to find those? I think out of all the cats, Mr. Felix, you are one of the biggest treat fans I know. Comfy Cats in Ontario. Well, hello, neighbor, just north of us. Wendy Franks is here. Hey, Wendy. Love to see some of our Facebook crowd making their way over to YouTube, and so far things have been pretty good here. We're gonna check out our bungalow here. See, I can call the shot. I called the shot indeed, Mr. Banzai. That's one of his favorite spots. If he's not taking advantage of his outdoor habitat here, he says, I love my box at the tippy top of my bungalow where I get to watch everything happen. Another kind of just good example as to what some of these indoor bungalows look like, and certainly what you would imagine, all types of cat furniture. Some linens for the cats that are allowed to have linens, cat trees, toys, you name it. Love that duck toy, Banzai. Whose duck toy is that? I think it's yours. I think you're the one who loves the duck toy. Let me catch up on some comments here. Kathleen's here. Bree MacArthur saying, hi all, what have I missed? Well, we've been touring our way through Hybrid Haven here. Felix is finding some treats that I tossed on the ground there for him. He says, yummy, yummy. Janet Davis saying, there's Banzai. Let's get one more look at that pretty boy. And Mr. Banzai, like I said, Janet, it's been so cool to see him be invited into a very exclusive club, the Dream and Kisa Club. Those two, ever since I've been here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, are pretty much attached at the hip. And I myself have never seen them include someone in their small inner circle. So it's been really cool to see that. Hey, sorry, Mr. Felix, I'm just passing through. I'm just passing through. Dream says, yes, sirree. I'll give you a couple more for a pretty lady. Yeah. Ah, Lori, thank you for reminding me. I'm so ashamed of that. Saying Dream and Kisa like Burton as well. You're so right about that. Shame on me. Burton was one of our rescues who certainly was not with us long enough. He passed away too soon. And was a very special cat. So thank you for reminding that, Lori. I apologize. Yeah, those are some tasty treats. And I had an awesome supporter kind of customize a dog treat bag for me. Even put my name on it and put little cat paw prints on there. So I am feeling just about as official as one can be, Miss Dream, here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Got my treat thing on my belt loop. Yeah, there we go. That's even better. I have it on that hand too. All right, let's keep on visiting some cats in Hybrid Haven here. And I don't think I did get a chance. I know we've posted to Facebook, but maybe I haven't talked about it while I've been in here. But this bungalow is actually one of the newest bungalows to undergo construction here. It's actually 30 feet by 30 feet. It's about, I think, 12 to 15 feet high. And really is just kind of gives you an idea for the excellent space that these guys get to enjoy. And a little bit different of a version of the furniture outside, you know, more kind of weatherproof options. And they certainly know their favorite locations, Dream and Kisa being in that their little hutch in the back there. Alrighty. Alrighty. Make sure you're closed. Alrighty. Hope everybody's doing well out there. We are live here on YouTube at the Wildcat Sanctuary, visiting some of our hybrid cat rescues. Everyone's been awesome at shouting out their sponsor cats, awesome at letting me know how the connection has been during the post, and we're all enjoying ourselves, I'd like to think. Definitely something that's a little different than Facebook, and I certainly appreciate it if you are able to, is if you like the video. Liking goes a long way for that YouTube algorithm and helping people see the videos. So I see we have about 30 people watching and 15 likes. If we can get a few more likes, now that would be something special. Man, it must be nap time here in Hybrid Haven. This is Benji and Sophia. And usually I have both of those two clamoring for attention whenever we walk by on a live post. Maybe I'll go and, I don't want to break up their nap completely, but it would be nice to get a little Benji and Sophia time. You can check in on Tigger next door, Mr. Tigger. And of course, Hilo and Sebastian up front. And then Puma across the way. We got to see Puma. We have got to see Puma. Alrighty. Oh, look at who we have here. Who do we have here, Mr. Benji? I thought that I wasn't going to get any special Benji attention today, Yeah. Ginger Stone saying, not sure if it's my connection, but the video is blurry. You know, that's good to know, Jennifer. I think that the resolution is just something that we're going to have to deal with on YouTube. Fortunately, oh, I didn't even see you there. You're rubbing in between my legs. I was saying, fortunately on YouTube, it seems like we're actually going to be able to go without the actual interruptions and total drops that we were having. Yeah. What do you think, Goofy? Where's your princess? Where's Miss Sophia? You can see Benji always wanting to give a tour. It's usually like kind of a version of MTV Cribs when we're going through Hybrid Haven. It's Benji wanting to show us all of the amazing amenities that he has in his crib, don't you, mister? Where's your pretty lady? Is she napping somewhere up there where I can't see her? Maybe. As I said, as you saw and as I said, all types of cat furniture, all types of toys, water sources. Mr. Benji says, I'm set up right here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And you guys rock. Thank you for that. I was mentioning that we trying to get the likes up on the stream, and wha-bam, we jumped up to 24 likes. Thank you for that, everyone. Thank you for that, Mr. Benji. Yeah. And out of all of the cats that we have here, Benji is the only one who uses his exercise wheel. He's always wanting to maintain that trim and fit physique for Sophia, apparently. But it's always fun. I'll even hear it if I'm just kind of walking around taking photos. I'll hear a boom, 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 boom. And I know that Benji, yeah, did you see your wheel go spinning? That Benji is working away on his little exercise wheel, which is always fun to see. Are you in your box, Sophia? Yeah, well, we'll just have to let her keep napping inside, mister. I can give you a treat before I leave, though. Kenyatta saying, cat wheels are so loud when they sprint on them. We have one for 4 of your cats. They are. I mean, it sounds like a kind of, I don't know what, like a plane taking off in the distance, like a vroom, 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 vroom. Yeah, well, the treats are up here. I'll put them down here. I'll put them down here for a silly boy. And we've been, you know, you kind of hear me talk to Benji and call him a silly boy and petting him and you know, obviously, just like all of the cats here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, we are very understanding and respectful for what they are. And a hybrid cat like Benji, well, he was actually originally surrendered under a bite hold and was to be euthanized. Unfortunately, he was identified as a hybrid and we were able to step in. I guess that's basically a question that a lot of people have when we are visiting with our hybrid cats is, do you pick them up? Do you love them? And we always kind of go on their own terms. So for example, we're coming up on Mr. Tigger, the Bengal here. And Tigger, he's certainly a special boy, but he is one who's prone to overstimulation. And he can get a little overstimulated and lash out. And that's where we're just having to kind of curtail our affection for every rescue here. And always kind of remain neutral and never, you know, want to be too overzealous with any of our rescues, even the ones that we know, like Benji. Now, Mr. Tigger, I was hoping you would hear my voice and come out, Mr. Tigger, because you normally do, and I usually give you treats right here. But we'll walk up to Hilo and Sebastian and over to Puma, and hopefully Tigger would have came out by then. But we've kind of done the horseshoe, everyone. We're going to go and see Puma here in just a second across the way. But we kind of done the horseshoe. Here's the ACC. We went down into Hybrid Haven this direction and kind of came right back up it. And just to give context, here's Small Cat Track. There's the new Food and Wellness Center. It looks the same on the outside, but I can guarantee you some exciting things are happening on the inside. We actually have the electrical company coming today. And then on the other side, it'd be Wildcat Pines. And then if you just take a left here and go right down the road, that kind of enters the main part of the sanctuary. A little bit of context for the folks. if at all you're watching and are curious on learning more about hybrid cats, just hybrid cats themselves, we have tons of educational articles at wildcatsanctuary.org. We have testimonials from former hybrid cat owners. And then any of the cats that we've seen today, like Mr. Sebastian walking up to me, they all have stories. And we love when people engage with our rescues and learn their stories, and not only support them, but help share their stories so we can make a change for cats in the future and those yet to come. Yeah, I'll put the treats up here because I know you two are a couple of wily boys. Sebastian can get a little handsy when you have treats. Yeah, I put them right up top, mister. Good boy. Yeah. Hilo being an F1 Bengal, Sebastian being a domestic Bengal, or F1 Savannah for Hilo, excuse me. Let me see if I've been missing on any comments. Let's see if I've been missing on any comments. Okay, thank you, Henyata. Talking about how you change your FYI. Thank you, Henyata. That's good to know. Are there blueprints anywhere for the PVC pipe cat furniture in the bungalows? Wendy Franks asks. Wendy, that's a good question. I'm not sure if we purchased those as kits, if that's the caretakers fashioning that. Definitely we'll have to go and ask that to Teresa, the caretaking manager. Mr. Hilo, yeah, I'll give you a few more treats, but then I'm going to go say hi to Puma. I'm going to go and say hi to Puma. Yeah, I hear you, Missy. So, like I said, Sebastian can get a little handsy. And you have the sharpest claws I've ever seen, Mr. Sebastian. Alrighty. And a little bit different for Hilo and Sebastian. Hilo is not allowed to have linens. And so they still have cat furniture, but we're going to use things like bedding, like you would maybe see with the big cats, just to give a little bit of insulation, a little bit of cush, because we wouldn't want Mr. Hilo to be consuming any of those linens and getting some type of blockage and hurting himself. But we still want you to stay comfortable, Mr. Hilo. And Mr. Hilo does have a dashing look with his one eye. But Mr. Hilo's no worse for the wear. His eye was removed, I think, about 2 years ago after he sustained an injury to it. But Mr. Hilo, he says, I am no worse for the wear. It's the same old Hilo. Yes, sirree. All right, let's go see what Mr. Puma is doing. And I think I saw some questions too while I was walking around. I'm always good at talking too much. Sometimes I need to slow down and look at what you guys are saying and respond to it. Lisa Parker saying, can really see how big the savannas are compared when you see next to a Bengal, who are usually more domestic cat size. You're right about that, Lisa. I can think of Thor the Savannah, F2 Savannah. He's a giant boy. I can think of former resident Kona, the Savannah hybrid. He was massive. Booms, buddy. Whoa. What's up, my man? Yeah. You know you're the baddest bone around, Mr. Puma. Yeah. How about some treats for a special boy? How about some treats for a special boy? Let me catch up on some comments. That's right, Mr. Puma. I always come in here to give you treats. But he says, well, sometimes, you know what? I just like a little attention from the people. Janet Davis saying, the picture looks clearer now. Did you change something? My only suspicion, Janice, is that it's kind of picking and choosing when it can have that higher resolution because of the internet connection. So fortunately, it's not dropping like Facebook does, but maybe it's going a little blurry in some parts and blurrier than other parts. And I'm going to suspect that's because of the connection itself. Just looking through a few more comments. Oh, Puma. And Mr. Puma lives alone for now. We've tried a few different kind of play dates for Puma. We wanted to see if he would get along with Hilo and Sebastian. It didn't seem like that was going to work. And right now, Puma's certainly a happy boy. You can see he's got his bungalow kind of right where a cat like Puma wants it, near the entrance to the prep room, as well, just kind of right near. There's a lot of activity on this road, so you're going to hear Puma clamoring for attention, and I'll tell you what, he gets every bit of that attention, you special boy. Mr. Puma. Well, cool, everyone. I'm so happy that these YouTube live posts have been working out a little bit better for us. Before we kind of officially switch things over to YouTube or try to blend YouTube into our live post schedule, we got to determine things internally, Mr. Puma, so we can give you guys a reliable schedule and something to expect and put on your calendar, because we don't want to have you running all over social media just to try to catch up with the cats of the Wildcat Sanctuary. Oh, are you burying your water? We gotta bury it. We gotta get rid of it. Aha, Carrie Miller, thank you for saying that. I'm seriously enjoying hearing you without the jarring drop of audio on Facebook. It's worth the little visual blur just to hear the smooth audio. I agree. I mean, how am I supposed to tell the stories of the cats? How am I supposed to do anything? Yeah, thank you for saying that, Janet. Yeah, Mr. Puma, let's see if we can get a few more goodbyes in. Hinyata saying, I like these over FD because it won't cut y'all off on here. I agree, Hinyata. Kind of let the UTV pass there. But thank you, Wildcat Sanctuary supporters, for joining us here on YouTube. And as I said, we're going to kind of formalize YouTube and figure out where it's going to fall in to our social media plan here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Now that we know these YouTube live posts are going to be a little bit more fruitful, Oreo, aren't they? Yeah. So hey, have a great rest of your day. And I alluded to it on Facebook, but I certainly will allude to it here. Someone was asking to see Edgar. We were visiting with some of the office cats, Mr. Puma, and somebody asked, can we go see Edgar? And I said, well, we can't see Edgar. All is well with Edgar. Edgar is doing just fine, but we have some exciting news pertaining Mr. Edgar that we're going to be announcing tomorrow. So here's my little plug for you to sign up for our e-newsletter. I'm sure many of you already are, and if not, you can go to wildcatsanctuary.org to do so. So, Mr. Goofball, are you sure you don't want the treats? I'll just move him right down here. He says, I don't know. I like the loves. I like the loves, Mr. Puma. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us today via YouTube, and so happy that we had a smooth and comfortable and obviously cat-filled live post here in Hybrid Haven at the Wildcat Sanctuary. So thanks so much again, everyone, and we will see you very soon. Au revoir.